Om Namah Shivaya, friends. Welcome to Dots of Destiny. Since today I had thought of making this video of transit of Venus in Taurus, which is a very nice transit. My mic actually, which I use, it somehow it is not working. But since I wanted to make this video today itself, so I'm continuing with the mic without the mic. So kindly excuse me if there is a problem with the sound system, but I'm trying to be as near to my recording thing as possible, so that it gives you the full the voice clarity higher. Now, see, Venus's transit into the sign of Taurus is usually very auspicious, and we love this transit. But this time, there are, as you know, the transits are not very easy given the kind of condition that we are in. So obviously, little bit it is compromised with the aspect of Saturn on Venus from Pisces. Saturn's first aspect is on Venus, and also this July month is seeing the conjunction of Mars and Ketu, which is still pending. Without the conjunction only, like, yeah, it is in the same sign, but because it is running towards each other, the conjunction will happen after the 15th of July. So one is that we all know this is a very volatile conjunction. We have to be very cautious in whatever best possible way we can. Nonetheless, this Venus in Taurus, I feel, will give certain upliftment to certain areas of our life, at least. That is my expectation from Venus, actually, because Taurus Venus is very good in its own sign, though aspected by Saturn, but it's okay. Saturn does not, it goes with Taurus well, Saturn's aspect on Taurus. Yes, certain limitations can be there, as Saturn is that kind of a planet, but Taurus is a very good sign for all the goodies and all the nice things of life. So I hope this transit pans out well financially. In some way it should help us, whether it is the market going higher or we are able to save better and do some justice to our finances. Because see, first and foremost for me, yes, I understand Venus is a relationship planet, but Taurus is a family, is a second house, right? So second house is more about our family, our food, our culture, our the standard of living, and also the finances. That is very important. Love and relationship are more concerned. Yeah, Taurus is not, it is a family love, it is the love that is embedded in us, but Libra is a sign of relationship more, and that is why there is a stark difference between Taurus and Libra. And coincidentally or incidentally, whatever, they are 6-8 to each other. From Taurus, if we go, Libra is the 6th place, and from Libra, if we made the Lagna, then Taurus is the 8th place. So these two signs are quite rather very different from each other. So let us begin with the transit of Venus in Taurus for the Aries ascendant. For Aries ascendant, this is in the second house, and second house is about it is your second and seventh lord. Now see, Aries, you have Rahu in the 11th house, Venus is coming into the second house. Mostly the transit is very good, actually. Second house Venus can bestow you with all kind of luxuries, different things, feeling good at family. But you know what, because Saturn is aspecting this Venus, then you can sometimes feel also that there is a dearth of some kind of, you want something more in your second house affairs. If you specially run a Venus Dasha, Antardasha, that feeling can run very high in you. So that can very well happen, but nonetheless it's a good time to channelize your finances, go into some more of savings. If you are because if you want to travel somewhere, Mars is in, traveling is not easy these days, that is true, but Mars Ketu conjunction is gearing up this July, so be a little careful. Don't take into unnecessary fights, unnecessary spending, and just for the feeling good. So because this Venus wants to feel good, but the Mars Ketu conjunction is lying it is quite a heavy conjunction that is happening at this point of time. So you have to understand this, though it is a good transit, it is mostly about staying with your home, your family members, your life with them, your relationship with them. All these things gears up for this Venus. So I feel that it should be a good transit for you, and you will have certain takeaways because after this transit is over, Mars is also going into the 6th house. So now your creativity will be tested because Mars in Virgo is a totally different flavor in the 6th house. You are here to fight now with Mars in Virgo from August month onwards. So July month, a little bit you can have this luxuries of life, enjoy them, and also save as much as you can. Have a good time. Taurus ascendant, Taurus is having on the Lagna Lord coming into Lagna is very important transit. Very good or bad is different. It is very important. It will make you take certain decisions maybe which you had been pending, you wanted to take for a long time. And you know what, because Libra is the 6th house, it can be related to, if you're running a governing Venus dasha antardasha, it can be related to your daily work, job affairs, your business, your understanding of money, your yourself taking a prominence now. Maybe in whatever way you wanted to do something and you couldn't put it into perspective for a long time. So this time it will give you the thing to make it happen, because now you'll have the confidence. Now see, this Saturn's aspect on this Venus, yes, it can little bit give you certain hiccups in the sense certain doubts about yourself, because Saturn's job is that on the Venus, your Lagna Lord, when it is aspecting the Venus, it will give certain doubts about yourself. But what you have to do is that the hard work of Saturn is needed with whatever you are implementing now regarding yourself, your life. So do that. Be a little aware of the Mars and Ketu conjunction in Kendra to this Venus, which is also very important. So in this month of July, this is the main theme, that Venus is in Taurus, your Lagna Lord aspected by Saturn. You have to work hard and you have to develop your personality. You have to give a shape to it in whichever you want. And this will add growth to your kitty. Obviously, it will. Lagna Lord on the ascendant will always give a upliftment to the personality, or some kind of achievement, or whatever you were waiting for. It is given to you in some way or the other, but hard work accompanies that because of the Saturn's aspect. But be vigilant with this Rahu Ketu axis, because Mars is still in the 4th house. So you have to understand it's a very volatile combination, and whatever comes to your mind, understand, stay put, think, and then execute. Transit is good, no doubt about that. Gemini ascendant is the 12th house Venus transit. Venus transit in the 12th house is actually, it's a luxurious transit. Venus wants to, spend and make oneself feel very good. But understand it's a 5th lord also into the 12th. So relationship can, because aspected by Saturn, if you are having a relationship at this point of time, it can be tested. You may go to foreign lands, due to just for vacation or for some certificate courses, or you want to shift, this can be an opportunity for that. You are processing visas or certain things like that. Saturn is also in the 10th house. Many Gemini ascendants can get Rahu in the 9th house, can get an opportunity to for foreign countries or something like that. So that can also well happen. But nonetheless, it's not a very bad transit. Other than that, if the spending factor can be taken into consideration, then it is not a bad transit either. And see, when relationships are concerned, if you feel a little bit space is needed, give it that. That is also important. Sometimes we need a little bit of space to understand the thing and then come back into it. If there is non-communication, if there is gap in communication, because Mercury will also go retrograde in this July month, then also wait for the time to turn, because Mars Ketu combination is also happening. That is also very, a very tight conjunction will happen in this July. So stay put, stay calm, and your Mercury, your Lagna Lord, this July is getting retrograde. So you have to take a little bit of slow, relax a bit, and take a holiday if you want, to take a day out if you want, spend some things if you want, but don't go overboard with that 12th Venus. Otherwise, it's not a very bad transit. It's a time off. If you are especially running a Venus Dasha, Antardasha, Pratyantar in this moment of time, it'll be a little casual time for you to take off. Having the retrograde Mercury also, you can contemplate on things, then you can come back. Cancer ascendants, for Cancer people, actually this ought to be a very good transit in the 11th house Venus. Yes, certain 4th house, because Libra is always 8th, or it is 6th from Taurus, and so what happens is a 6-8 combination, your 4th house matter can get a little compromised. You are now with your networking circles looking towards your gains, and you want to utilize it in the best way. Venus does good in the 11th house. Aspect of Saturn is there, no doubt, but still I feel this will be a good transit to go for the Cancer ascendants. Mars Ketu is in the 2nd house. Both the money houses are in a very active state. So I see this as a monetary transit, and Mercury, your 12th lord, is on the Lagna. Jupiter is also in the 12th house. See, it is about spending and how much you can keep with yourself. These two factors come. How much calm you can keep yourself. You have to introspect and see back during the Mercury retrograde. Then what kind of gains you are looking forward. Hope the gain comes and you are able to do justice with it. You may come into some well-known people in your networking circles that can crack a business deal with you, or certain other scopes in life, because 11th house is the house of networking. So it can be a really fruitful transit for you. It can be really. So hope it works well for Cancer ascendants, and you are able to take the most of it. 4th house, because see, there are two things. You have to remain calm, because Mars Ketu combination in the 2nd. 4th house, from the 4th lord, Venus is going 8th from itself. So 4th house related matters can take a little bit of change. You have to change something about it. It may happen like that. So if it is like that, it's okay. You understand and you change it and you implement it the way you, but for all these things, you have to understand and you have to contemplate, and then you have to go with the flow. Okay, next is Leo. Leo ascendants, actually this is a 10th house transit. Now it is, in most of the texts it's written that the transit of Venus in 10th house is not a very good transit. Now it has a meaning, obviously. 10th house we take Capricorn, and Capricorn is not a sign which matches very much with Venus. See, Venus is not a competitive planet, right? The 10th house like that. But then being in its own house, it will give you some kind of goodness about the 10th house, definitely. Maybe a good talk with the higher authorities. Maybe something is favored for you, and this favoritism can give you a boost in the later part. Whatever it is, yes, Venus becomes too giving sometimes and people pleasing in the 10th house, because see, it is not a planet for the profession. It is why it is told that Venus does not suit good in the 10th house, is that Venus is not the planet which can understand the ways how the 10th house matters can be dealt with. It is as simple as that, nothing more to it. But then once you once knowingly, this is a Venus in Taurus in its own house, if you a little diplomatically you are able to handle the 10th house things, then it can give you better results also, and I feel that it will give. Yes, one thing, because from Libra it is 8th, Libra is your third house, so that happens, something in Libra is missed out, maybe communications, maybe short travels, you're too busy with the 10th house matters, you're too engrossed into it. These things can happen, and also Saturn is aspecting this Venus, so take very prudent decision regarding your 10th house matters. Whatever, if you're putting forward something, or if you're given a task, you have to do it in a very hardworking and very perfect way, so that the results come out better. And because see, now Mercury and Sun both are reaching towards your 12th house, sometimes you can feel exhausted also, and Mars Ketu being on the Lagna can, can give you little hiccups. Like today I started recording this video and my microphone gone for a toss. So these things keep on happening when Mars Ketu, there are sudden hiccups, there are sudden, but it should not be a very big and explosive kind of a thing. Should not be means just to take care about that. That is the main thing. Otherwise, Venus in the 10th house is a good transit to look into from the perspective of your relationship at the professional front. You're asking for something maybe which you had been not asking for a long time. Contemplate and go ahead and do that. And networks, communications, you will be your ways will be loved in the 10th house matters, because Venus acts diplomatically, no doubt about that, and Saturn aspect is also on this Venus, so it will be diligently you will be doing your work for the 10th house matters. Hope it gives you good results. Virgo ascendant, it is the 9th house. 9th lord in the 9th house is really good transit. It will give you, it is a fortunate transit actually. It gives you things on a platter. This is the time when that kind of combination happens. A person can take a little bit of risk, though Mars Ketu conjunction is there in the 12th house. One must not forget that. But still, this transit of Venus in Taurus, your fortune lord in the fortune house, is really good for learning something, for just taking your fortune in your hand and going for things which you have not yet. It will be a yes at this time, something like that. If it is a good time for you to go for long distance journeys, because see, this month I'm not advising due to the Mars Ketu combination that is going on. As much we can stay away from long journeys, very public places which a lot of people are around, so that a little bit safety is maintained. But if you have to go, then for maybe you have some job over there, you need to do it anywhere, or you have to travel. Many people are going because August is the fall season. Many people are going out for studies also in the month of July. If you have to go, you have to. There is nothing but just go take a proper date and go ahead in your journey. But this transit is good, nothing bad about it. Really, nothing that I can say is hampered in the process. It's a really good transit, and because your Lagna Lord Mercury is also will go into it's already in the 11th house, and it will go retrograde. So there are certain things that are churning up now in the month of July. Month of July is an intense month, and it will give you some churnings, and then you come out with the results, because ultimately this Venus will favor you in the 9th house, in the fortune lord in its own house. So yeah, it's a good transit, Virgo. Okay, then we come to Libra. Libra, your Lagna Lord is going into the 8th house. Now here, whenever your Lagna Lord goes into its own house, 8th house Venus is not bad, again financially. Financially, it bestows with you money. But some things about you yourself will go for a change. And that will happen because Mercury is coming into the 10th house. It will give you different, it will go retrograde also in the month of July. So obviously certain changes are happening, and which will push you to take into a transformation, especially if you're running a Pratyanta Dasha or Antardasha of Venus. You will go for a change, and your personality, certain things will change about it, certain dying down of things will happen, because after all it is the 8th house. Ultimately, obviously it is for the good of you, but definitely some changes are seen in the way forward. So Libra, this is a, what I can say about it is that it will give you certain changes that you have to accept and move on, and then you get better result regarding this transit. Otherwise, the transit is good in its own house, your Lagna Lord, but understanding it is the 8th house, certain things will pan out not in the way that you thought. You have to understand and go with the process, something like that. So yeah, otherwise it's okay, you go with the process, change the things that is required. Then the 10th Mercury actually will give you good results, and you will be able to follow suit. Yeah. With the Scorpio ascendant, Scorpio Venus is your 7th lord coming into the 7th house. So what can be a better time for business and partnership and relationship, striking deals, for foreign deals, going and getting the permanent maybe residency for foreign lands, all these things, because it is the 12th lord also. So certain expenses can also happen due to your partner or partnership. So do it. Mars, Ketu, your Lagna Lord is having a big conjunction with Ketu this month. Take care of your health. You may, because see, Mars and Venus is in Kendra. You may meet somebody, definitely it can happen if you're running a Dashantar, Pratyantar of Venus, and you may want to forge a relationship going ahead. It is a good transit, no doubt about that. If you have a Venus governing Dasha, then it is even more better for this transit. But definitely, if any deals, relationship, take it aside, if you have any business deals also needs to be done, you have to go ahead with it. You can do it at that time, at this time from 29th June onwards, and just take care of seeing all the papers, as Mercury is retrograde now, and it is retrograde in your 9th house. So look at the papers, take a little bit of time, and then go with it, because Mars Ketu can sometimes be in a haste. That kind of a conjunction sometimes slows you down, because Ketu is a very sharp object which sometimes give you unnecessary things in the way, sudden unnecessary, which may slow you down, or it can be very fast also at some times. So this you have to take in account, and otherwise it is a good transit of the 7th lord in the 7th house. If there is a marriage possibility, even that can happen in this period of time. But or a relationship, or if marriage has not been planned, then don't go for that. Later dates can be fixed regarding that. Sagittarius ascendant, it is the sixth house Venus. Sixth house Venus, here it is your 11th Lord coming into the sixth house. Your job things, your daily routine, and all these things can go for a change. Definitely, you can look out for new things if you want, and all these things will. This is favored. See, Venus in the sixth house, we know it is debilitated, right? It's a Virgo house over there. It is not a very great position for Venus, definitely, but because it is in its own house, it gives monetary goodness to the person. This is a very debilitated kind of an arrangement for Venus, but Venus in the sixth house in earthy sign, in its own sign, will augur the monetary processes well. That is good. Your friendship networking circle can shift, actually. That can happen because the 11th Lord, when it goes into the 6th house, it is it is 8th from itself. So certain changes in the networking area, people you come across with, maybe you just shift a job from one to another, people changes around you. But nonetheless, yes, Jupiter is combust till 8th of July. Take care of your health with the Mars-Ketu combination being in the 9th house. But it is a good transit, and some certain changes regarding the 11th house thing, one change will happen. And one good thing about the 6th house will definitely happen, which brings some kind of materialistic or financial growth for you. If you are looking for jobs, then also this is a good time to go for, because Mercury is going retrograde. It will soon go retrograde, so you have to contemplate about certain things, definitely in the 8th house, because the 10th Lord in the 8th, but 11th from itself. So the conditions are such, there is a change is gearing up, and that change can very well happen. So take advantage of this situation, because Venus is in own house. Go with the transit. Capricorn ascendant, it is the 5th house Venus. 5th house Venus is a good transit of Venus in its own house. See, 5th house is Purva Punya. You have some luck in whatever matter it may be. That luck factors bestows you with good results, maybe in competition, maybe you are doing some extracurricular activities, maybe you're feeling very creative, you're feeling certain things nice about yourself, because see, for Capricorn, it's now the Rahu Ketu axis, which I do not feel is very good, and Mars being in the 8th house has some problems, some unknown problems. The situation is not exactly very good. Mercury now retrograde in the 7th house. But in all these combinations, when Venus come in the 5th house, it is a very good transit for you, your most important planet. But now, because from the Libra it is the 8th house, one good thing about your 5th house can bring one bad thing or change about the 10th house area also. There can be sudden changes. Maybe at the beginning it does not suits you very well, later it may. So that, because whenever this, though it is your 10th Lord, but from Libra it is 8th. So a change, if you are doing any professional thing, any whatever it is, it can go for, definitely it can go for a change. Your professional 10th house area can see a change happening, but 5th house matters are good. Love relationship, a good Purva Punya, a good certificate course, feeling very nice, feeling that the luck is favoring you somewhere. Some deeds will come to an end, and it will give you some relief also. That can also well happen in this transit. So overall, it is not, obviously it's not a bad transit, but look out for the July month is also tumultuous because of Mars Ketu being in tight conjunction now. So take care of your health. That is very important. Jupiter in the 6th, Mercury in the 7th, Mars Ketu in the 8th. So maybe internally or mentally you feel charged up for this Venus, but physically you have to take care of your health. So many planets are gearing up in the 6th house, 7th house, 8th house. So take care of that, Capricorn. Then comes Aquarius. Aquarius, Venus comes into your fourth house. Fourth house, Digbala Venus in its own house transit is very good. Some kind of a happiness you feel at the home front, some get-togethers, some buying new items for the home, as small as big it can be. Maybe you are waiting for a entry, Graha Pravesh, waiting for a car, waiting to book that, get it delivered. Be a little difficulty, it happens with the seventh house Mars Ketu. Keep a very close eye about this conjunction, which every one of us should do, not only you, because Mars Ketu, wherever it is not a good combination. For you, it is the seventh house. So be see, one time Venus is good also, but at the second time you have a Mars Ketu in the seventh house. Relationship needs attention. Maybe you have to work through a very small tightrope because of that. Now Mercury is the fifth lord is retrograde in this time in the sixth house. Mercury can give you new opportunities. Sitting at home, it can bring you new opportunities. Fourth house is totally blessed. You can go for any, if you are a student, you can do really well, and it is a cozy, nice atmosphere at the home. All these things are good for the fourth house matters, but health needs some attention. And obviously the conjunction that I said in the seventh house, your relationships, you have to take a little bit of more care than usual, and better lead a little relaxed life now, not to do not be too aggressive or angry about things at this moment. Cherish the Venus in the fourth house than the other things. And if you have a change in your job or service and daily life, that can be understood because Mercury will go retrograde in the sixth house. Overall, the condition for the July month is okay, because here Venus is in the fourth, but it is getting aspected by Saturn also. So obviously it is a okay condition, not very good, given that Mercury goes retrograde, Mars Ketu conjunction is there, but still you feel good about something, about yourself, about your situation, about how you're handling things. The feeling is good because fourth house is the heart, the home, the goodness. Here when Venus comes, you can have a nice feeling in the heart. That is very important, so take care. Pisces ascendant, it is the third house Venus. Third house Venus is very active Venus, eighth lord in the third house. So third house can be change of place, some changes you can bring in. You can move to different places, though the movement, as I've been telling all, Mars Ketu combination is fully now in the month of July. If you have to move, if you have to make a decision, then it definitely needs to be done. Decision will be good, but the thing is that sixth house Mars Ketu, yes, it is a little bit injury prone also, so take care of your health, because Saturn is also on the Lagna. But third house Venus can sometimes make a person, Mercury, Venus, these kind of planets, Mercury is in the fourth, can make you very lively and you want to do things fast. Yes, you may, but understand that Saturn is on the Lagna, and obviously Mars and Ketu is in the sixth house. So taking these two into consideration, you do, but take it in a little bit subtle way. That is the thing. Your communications, or if you're going for different kind of interviews, which many Pisces ascendants are doing, as Jupiter is in the fourth now, Mercury is coming into the fifth house, and the communication factor, and the 10th house is getting aspected by Jupiter. Your Lagna Lord will rise again. Now it is at this point, it is combusted. From 8th of July, you'll feel again that you are doing different kind of things. So this Venus will give you the direction, give you the right decision. All these things are good. Just be wary of the sixth house Mars Ketu. Do not run into conflicts, because Saturn is on the Lagna. It is very, at this point of time, the conflicts will be of no use. So only that. Otherwise, it is a good transit as of now. So see, this was a short video that I made of Venus transit in Taurus. Hope I could have because my sound system is not working. I had to switch into this mode. Hope it helps. I'll come out with the next video next week very soon. Till then, take care and be safe, and be always remind yourself of the the conjunction which is very volatile coming up in July. We have to stay calm and rooted. Om Namah Shivaya.